Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stay Informed and Stay Connected. It's Professor Green here. And it is hard to believe, but it's the third season of the podcast, Stay Informed, Stay Connected. And season three is kicked off and underway. And I would love your help in getting the word out there to your classmates to listen in. Remember, this is all NLU so far, all educator prep related, undergraduate educator prep related. And I would love to talk to you and hear your story and share it. But listen in. And so far in season three, we have an interview with the latest interview was with the amazing Brianna Carlson Morales, and the incredible work Professor Morales has done at NLU and during her day job. I don't want to spoil it, but trust me, you're going to want to listen to it. And then an interview with Alex Glover, a student of mine in the summer who did this amazing project, service learning project with his students where he works, involving hip hop and just, I mean, it's an incredible event where parents and students and families were involved in such a positive atmosphere. You don't want to miss that. And then to kick off season three, I interviewed my son Stuart Green, who's 10 years old, and he went back to school. So there's that as well. This episode is a video episode, which I haven't done before, so we'll see how it goes. But it is about time management because this is something I hear a ton from students, that time management, time is something, it's your most precious commodity right now. You're in the thick of things, you're a student, you're doing a ton of things, and what you see in front of you there is ChatGPT, or artificial intelligence, AI. And if you have heard me, I'm a big proponent of using AI for good, and talking about how it can help us. And I think time management is absolutely one of those areas where AI can be beneficial for us. And I'm going to explain why, walk you through how it goes. Yeah, so time management, if you're like me, for me, my calendar and Microsoft Outlook is everything. All my whole day revolves around it. And I've tried so many different things like to kind of help with time management, but so I'm kind of not going to go over those older things that have already been talked about. There are plenty of apps out there that can help with that, and I'm happy to share those with you. But let's talk about how AI can help you with time management. So let me just read this to you and I'll set up the scenario. Time management. So I log into ChatGPT and I type time management. I want to help my students manage their time. Can I create a scenario of weekly events and you create a detailed plan for them of what a typical week could look like? Obviously, I'll put fictional data in this exercise, and it answered, of course, let me know some details here. So I'm going to put the details in and let me read that to you because it's important, and I'll read it as it, kind of gives us the information. So let me know if this sounds familiar. And it may not be exactly like you. Obviously, we're all different, have different lives, but it kind of sums up who we are. Because I know all of you are going to school in addition to a million other things in your lives. So I have a student. Here was the scenario I came up with. I have a student who has two online classes, a part time job of 15 hours per week, and one child who plays sports. The work for the two online classes is both have a discussion prompt, initial post due Wednesday, and the rest of the week they responded to classmates. Both courses have bigger assignments due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. The student also works Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 1 to 6 and has a travel time of 20 minutes to get to work by train, right? She also has a son who plays baseball. This week he plays on Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. and Friday from 6 to 8. Can you create a schedule for this student? So as you look down, it will, certainly I can. So it comes up, and as you go through, right, and you'll see some of these things are out of order, like respond to classmates' posts, work on assignments. It's only Monday, so you haven't posted your initial, right? So you're going to have to continue to prompt it to whittle down what you want. So let's look. Okay, so take out week one discussion. What did they call it? And you have to be kind of precise, not totally precise, but fairly precise. And I'm just going to highlight this. Take this out because obviously you can't respond because we haven't done that. Copy, take out, and I'm going to put this here, and whoops, paste, and also I'm going to take this out, right? I'm going to copy it and paste it. And also add the initial discussion is due Wednesday. All right, so I'm going to put that in. And then as you can see, you can start continually prompting it to get where you want. Like if some things don't look right, right? And then, and let me give you an example of that in a minute. So it updated the schedule, work on the assignments, and online class, submit initial discussion post. And then it even adds in like travel to work. So in that travel to work, it's by train, right? In our scenario, during travel, and I'm just showing you how you can do this. To work time, make that study time for 20 minutes. All right, and then so that is what 40 minutes both ways that you can add, and then you have practice, you have baseball, all that stuff, and obviously there wouldn't be practice on a Thursday at 11 to 12:30 because they hopefully would be in school unless they're an amazing baseball players, and that would be cool too. Okay, so again, there are some things that you have to hone and refine, and then also you could say like, so here it is, and this is the latest, and it keeps giving you these versions, right? So you're slowly getting to where you need to get. Actually, not slowly. I mean, how long would this take to do by hand, right? Um, okay, so now I can ask, what if I am not a morning person and prefer to work on school work at night? All right, so then it can flip your schedule, right? I'm not a huge morning person, um, but then you see it flips it. So from, you have time for family dinner, time with the child, all that stuff, and it flips it from working in the morning to night. And then, okay, so make a list of how much study time I have this week, free time, free and family time, work time, relaxation time, and let's see what it comes up. Because you need to relax. You should, so here we go. Study time, Monday. All right, so 8, so it looks like you have 4 hours, and you might not need all this, right? And it even factored in like your time to go to your baseball game, all that stuff. But if you can see that you have, it'll help you balance out your week and give you, estimates, and things change. Maybe there's, an emergency where you can't study for that 2 hours or whatever it may be. So you study for one and adjust it and find, compensate somewhere later. That whole purpose is to help you kind of manage your time more effectively. And I can't stress that enough that I never would have made it through my studies if I didn't manage my time. And it's not something that comes easy to me. For a lot of people, it does. If you're one of those people, great. But for the rest of us, we got to do things like this where we plan. We have to make sure that we are planned and that we're, really, it's important to dedicate that study time. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to give yourself that study time to prepare for school because you're in school, you're a student, so you definitely deserve that time. Hopefully, this is helpful. Obviously, it takes a little time to get it to where you want it, and you can continue to add and subtract statements as you see fit to kind of really match you and your schedule. Like maybe, family time and leisure is from 11 to 1 is not feasible on Sundays or something like that. So you can certainly take that out, add and delete as you see fit. But hopefully this was helpful. and just another way to use artificial intelligence for good. Thank you very much.